Time now for the Indians minor league player of the week, and it's Clippers infielder Luis Valbuena. Bruce Drennan, very excited about this. Between April 24th and 30th, Valbuena has some monster numbers. .375 average, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in, 5 runs scored. His OPS is a staggering 1.233. That's amazing.
Yeah, and you look at Luis, what he's been able to do just in that short week down in Columbus. The tough thing about it is that he was not able to establish himself at the big league level in that same manner. He does a great job down at AAA. He's got a good glove, just can't find it at the big league level.
Now, congratulations to Luis, and hopefully we'll see him back here soon. And put up numbers even close to this would be great, because the numbers right now, again, eye-popping. He did this last year in AAA Columbus as well. Welcome back to the show. Time now for our focus on the future, and that's a left-handed pitcher that the Indians received in the Victor Martinez deal a couple of years ago. He's pitching great so far this year. Will Ewick has more.
Welcome into the Focus on the Future. This week it's Nick Hagedorn. Nick, thanks for joining us here, and just talk about your expectations this year. You come out and you're finally healthy for once, and talk about what you're trying to do this year.
Now, the main expectation that I have for myself is to stay consistent and just to get better the whole year and keep improving.
And they say a lot of times with that surgery that command is the last thing that comes back. How has that been? Has the command been an issue at all?
Last year was definitely an issue, and that was something that I took into the offseason and worked on it basically every single day in some way or another to try to get better. And I feel like, through spring training and everything and the beginning of the season, it's gotten a lot better.
Looking back at your past, you were drafted by Seattle a while ago, and then you skipped and you went to Boston.
Yeah.
What do you think you would be right now if you went back and you said, okay, and you went to Seattle?
I have no idea. I definitely was not ready for pro baseball and everything that it takes out of high school. I would have had no idea what to expect.
When the Cleveland Indians made the trade and sent Victor Martinez to Boston, you were kind of the centerpiece that they were looking for. Is there any type of added pressure knowing that you came here as kind of the guy that they wanted to get out of that trade?
I try not to put pressure on myself with that. I feel a lot of confidence from it, actually, because Victor Martinez was one of the better players on the team and an all-star. And to be traded for someone like that is just a big confidence booster for me.
Nick, you're in Boston's system, and you hear the announcement. Did somebody tell you, or did you hear it on the TV, or when you were traded?
Well, we were playing Augusta, and we were in the clubhouse, and I had my phone on me, and I started getting a bunch of text messages from everyone, because I think they were watching ESPN, and they kind of heard the trade rumors that were going on. So that was when I kind of had an idea that something might be going on, and then maybe about 10 minutes later, the manager called me in his office and told me that it happened.
What was your initial reaction?
I was pretty surprised, actually. I hadn't heard anything, the day or two before that. So I figured I was going to be in Boston, forever. And then everything happened, and it was quick, and I was in Lake County the next day.
Now, it wasn't a one-on-one trade where it was Victor for you. Masterson came over.
Yeah.
Did you take some comfort in having somebody? I don't know if you knew Masterson at all when you were with Boston? Or?
Just a little bit. I'd met him once or twice, but I mean, it's good to know because Brian Price too came over, and I figured we'd probably be in the same team, so it was good.
Help the transition?
Yeah.
Are you guys roommates still now? Or?
I'm actually staying at his place right now until my wife gets here next week.
A lot of the experts think that with your style and your delivery, that you can eventually reach triple digits with your fastball. Is that something that you're trying to achieve yourself, or is it a personal goal at all?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a goal, but it's definitely something that would be really cool for me to do, but it's not something that when I go on the mound, I don't think in my head, okay, I'm going to try to throw this fastball 100, but I definitely do try to throw every pitch basically as hard as I can.
All right, take me through game day. You're starting this day. Take me through your pregame ritual. Are there any superstitions that you need to go through to get yourself ready up there?
No specific superstitions, but I do, I don't know, I listen to music maybe an hour before and just try to focus on what I'm going to try to do during the game, but other than that, there's really not too many crazy things that I do.
Is it a particular song or a band that you kind of keep coming back to?
Yeah, Disturbed. I try to get myself going with some Disturbed.
Okay, so you're up on the mound and it's a full count, bases loaded. You need to get out of it. What's your go-to pitch? What's your strikeout pitch?
Definitely a fastball in that situation.
Does the catcher, do you even need to talk to him, or is it kind of he knows, heck with the signals, throw it here?
Yeah, I mean, he puts it down, but he knows that that's most likely what I'm going to throw.
Okay, now growing up, is there some guy that you try to emulate when you come up here, your pitching style or anything?
Not so much, really. I don't know. There's not one specific guy that I try to pattern my game after or anything, but I like the guys that are on the mound and that are intense and that throw hard and have really good stuff. Those are the guys that I like to watch.
Akron's been very successful lately. They have some banners up there showing that they've been a successful program recently. Is that something that you're trying to continue here, or is there any added pressure with that?
There's no pressure, but definitely. I mean, we're always trying to win every game that we play. So, they won the championship, I believe, in '09, and that's something we'd love to do this year.
All right, thanks a lot, Nick. Back to you guys.
All right, well, thanks. Nick doing a nice job at that interview. And it's good to see him bounce back from Tommy John surgery. And really, he's been dominating AA hitters in the Eastern League, which is known as a pitcher's league.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it is you never know what you're going to get when you follow Tommy John surgery. It's not a given that you're going to come back and come back even stronger. And he's been able to come back, bounce back, and like Will talked about, the control is the last thing. I mean, I had the Tommy John in '04. That is the very last thing, and it's very frustrating at times when you had it beforehand and you don't have it now. But the guy throws hard, so if he can figure out how to throw his secondary stuff and be consistent with that, this kid's going to shoot through the system very fast and get up to the big leagues, and all of a sudden have 3 lefties in the bullpen.
And another left-hander, Drew Pomerantz, will be our focus on the future next week. All right, we'll take another break here with Indians Minor League Magazine. More still to come, including a look at the schedule and also a look at the standings as you get a look at the new look skipper at Classic Park. My goodness. Jay, I think you could do that.
Beautiful. 26, 36 feet per second up.
The Indians' minor league player of the week is infielder Luis Valbuena from the Columbus Clippers. This past week, Valbuena hit .375 with 5 runs scored, 2 doubles, 3 homers, and 7 RBIs. He hit his first major league home run off former Indians pitcher Bartolo Colon. In 2009, Luis hit .250 with 25 doubles, 3 triples, and 10 home runs in 103 games for the Indians. His 10 home runs made him the first Indians rookie second baseman with double-digit homers since Jim Baxis in 1959.
Let's get a look at the standings for the Indians minor league affiliates. As you can see, Columbus, behind an 11-game winning streak, has powered their way to first place in the International League South at 19-5. And Mahoning Valley will start on June 17th. Looking forward to that. Here's the schedule for this week. Columbus continues their road series at Charlotte before coming home to face the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Akron heads to Altoona before returning home to face Trenton. Kinston is at Salem. Then back home at historic Ranger Stadium for Potomac, and Lake County at Lansing, home for Bowling Green. Then they head back to Lansing. Welcome back to the show. Just a few seconds left, Jay, but the Columbus Clippers, 11 straight wins. This is great.
Yeah, they're for real. They're exactly like the Cleveland Indians right now. Everybody is for real at the top of the organization. You look at all these guys from top to bottom. They've all done a very nice job. They're all doing their stuff individually to get themselves on the fast track moving through the system. All
right, thanks for tuning in this week to Indians Minor League Magazine. Last week, we had some great D from the captains. Now it's the Red Hot Clippers' turn. For Jason Stanford, I'm Al Pulowski. Check us out on Facebook. Have a good one.
Attention hip and knee replacement victims.